Warning, the following audio may contain coarse language and other materials that may not be suitable for younger audiences. Listeners' discretion is advised. Also, we may spoil anything and everything, so you've been warned.
Welcome to Pirate Talk Episode 4. I'm Bryan, and today I'm here with the official cast of Pirate Talk. Introduce yourselves, guys.
I'm Terrin.
I'm Lou.
I'm just some guy. Just call me Guy.
Alright. And then
I'm Gio, and I got something stuck in my teeth.
Oh,
cool. It's good opening.
What you eat?
Guy.
Junkyard chili cheeseburger at Wiener Schnitzel.
We should
Oh my
go to
god! I
Wiener.
had
Now I'm
5
hungry.
chili cheese dogs.
I
today.
know. It's like never ending chili cheese.
Dude, that's
That's so good.
Apparently the guys here love chili cheese dogs because I keep hearing about them
I had 'em last
eating
night.
it. Well, like these two.
Yeah.
No, dude. Before this podcast starts, Gio and Anthony usually get Wiener Schnitzel's like every day. Hey, along with me, but I don't have money. I just go.
There's this Anthony guy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
His name's Guy now.
It's already starting. It's Guy now.
Well,
Okay.
So
Well,
this
all right, let's just clear this up. Anthony is Guy.
Yes,
He's Guy.
Guy,
is
fine.
Anthony.
Guy is
From
Anthony.
further on in the podcast, if I can remember the life of me, his name is Guy now.
Okay.
Hey, well, stop
right.
the podcast the whole time. Like you keep saying.
so this is kind of like our reintroduction to the podcast. The last 4 episodes, or I guess the last 3 in the Halloween special, were all basically tests. We're trying out the formats and stuff, testing out new equipment, and we're trying to figure out what exactly we're going to be doing from this point on. So right now, we've actually got the whole cast here. This is probably the official cast, quote unquote. We're going to have guests here and there, and they might as well be official cast because they're probably going to be here often.
Pretty
but these are probably the 4 or 5 of us who are going to be consistently on. If Gio's usually during class, so he might not be here all the time, but he is for sure an official member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay! Like we've mentioned before, everyone's got their own schedule, so we'll see who comes by
And
see.
the format of the show, we're still kind of trying this out, but we've kind of decided basically, is that each of us are gonna bring up, a few topics that are relevant to our interests, usually comic books, anime, movies, stuff like that, video games.
Life.
That's our lives. You realize that's our life?
Yeah, I realize it's our lives, but
Our lives aren't that great. I mean,
that's
my
our
life isn't that great. I mean, I love talking about that shit.
Great.
Shut up.
Wait,
Get out. What are you doing here?
well, yeah.
Good life.
See, the thing is about the podcast is that this is mostly nowadays. This is the only time we ever get to hang out with Lewis.
Okay.
So
This is true, though.
Lewis has got a life.
After school special right now.
yeah, you're the after school special. What exactly do you do nowadays?
This is the intervention.
This is what we're doing.
yeah, this is the intervention for Lou.
What do you do, man?
Well,
You're the Dr. Doom of
I
us right
live.
now.
I live.
Uh-huh.
I
Do you do lightning?
I eat and stuff.
Do you do anything like we do, like anime games, any of that?
Well, I don't really play games much anymore because I have other than the games you've given me, I don't play any more games.
No, to be fair, to be around the same way, I don't play video games as
Yeah.
often. I love them. I seriously do.
I mean, if I had, and I haven't had a job for a while because I quit Rubio's, so I haven't had money to just go out.
Just buy shit.
Mainly school, man, because I've been in school like all year. I haven't stopped.
Non-stop.
I haven't stopped. I'm finally going to stop in winter.
You've just been
But-
too busy.
You're gonna take a break and be like, I can live again.
I can live. Yeah.
Go out, smell the fresh air, and it's like,
Finally.
I'm gonna go back to sleep because I don't have school. And just dive right in.
And speaking of school, Gio, you these days, and apparently not everyone knows it, that you take a judo class.
Oh yeah, yeah. I take a judo class at do I say the school's name?
You don't
Just
have
say
to.
place.
You just use
Place
it.
placement. I mean, you can put it in there.
I
could
take
censor
it at the Valley
Place.
College.
Sure,
Place.
why not?
Place.
And it's been fun. We're on like our 9th week of just learning, like
To choke people.
Not just choking people. Like we're
Throwing
learning
people.
We're learning. He said he's gonna
Choking
teach us like 15 throws. Then he's gonna show us 2, 4, 6, 8. I think like 10 different kinds of pins and strangleholds. Like we learned a new one today. It's really easy. Like, it's so easy that it might be my favorite.
See, and that's what Gio does before he gets to this podcast.
He chokes a fucker out, and then he goes yours. He's like, so video games.
Yeah, so video games. And that's just one. It's like you're like, okay, you choke it. Like the first 5 minutes of class was legitimately 10 minutes. All right, half the class, lie down. Okay, the other half, you're gonna practice a pin on him. Okay, for 5 minutes, and then basically do the stairs on the ground. My poor ass was on the fucking floor first, so I was just there on with my just laying on my stomach. Then just dudes had 5 seconds to pin me, and I wasn't supposed to resist, so I kind of just laid there, getting manhandled for 5 minutes. And then it was my turn to manhandle people. And then while being manhandled, I was the first dude that came up to me legitimately grabbed me by my belt, picked me up on my hands and knees, basically kind of got on me like a horse, flipped me over, and kind of just choked me out using my gi.
This all sounds like a sex thing.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
It sounds like you were raped. You're describing a rape incident right now.
Yeah, you know what's funny? When it was my turn, I did the same thing to somebody. I picked him up by the belt. I did the same shit. I went to the next guy. I turned him over.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they told you
and you raped him, and so the cycle goes on.
Legitimately, I had to get up on it. I was laying on top of him, and I had to basically choke him and pin him, and spread his legs using my legs. It was really bad.
My God.
My sack was above his above his groin. It was,
so this is a sex thing.
Yeah.
Kinda, except I'm also choking him out. At the same
I'm
time.
so glad we chose this episode to do
so
this.
So you teabag throwed him, right? So you had to teabag him.
I didn't even. That's not the teabag one. There's another one where you legitimately when they're on their back, you get on them. You put your chin on their solar plexus, and you're smushing their face with your stomach.
Ew.
And you're basically you're prone, but you're actually in almost push-up position.
Okay.
One arm under their arm, one arm over their other arm, and you kind of just pull them close to you, and you kind of just smother them with your face.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to make out and do a creepy laugh.
Oh, you don't even know. The one where you mount them, I'm legitimately the only thing separating my face and the other dude's face is their arm.
Oh my God.
It's really bad.
So you make out with them until they can't breathe, and
physical.
then you mount them physically until they give out.
Yes, and then I turn them over, and then I do an arm bar, and then I laugh about it because the arm bar hurts like a bitch. Nobody's business.
No.
Don't ever do an arm bar on somebody unless you want to hurt them.
Yeah.
Is that okay? I'm not even gonna go.
Yeah, we can get off of this.
They can demonstrate right now.
I can demonstrate, but it's a podcast. No one can actually see it.
Yeah, but they can hear.
You'll hear the pain.
If you don't know what the fucking arm bar looks like, either watch UFC or YouTube's your best friend.
Yeah.
You know, one of the fucking two.
YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube. Woo! Another person on the table, which is Guy. See?
Yes.
I'm getting into it.
Yeah.
He takes Italian, too.
Yeah, I'm taking Italian. It's cool. Well,
That's it?
yeah, that's all I got.
That really is it.
Can
It's
you
a
just
language
explain
class.
everything in Italian?
No.
So
that's
Guy is going to talk in Italian for the rest of the podcast.
no. We'll move on now.
Italian too doesn't teach you that much.
No, we're moving on. The point is, it was mentioned what he does today. That's all we're getting in.
Yeah, so as you've noticed, so a lot of
I was about to talk about Italian.
God damn it!
We're not. Can I ask you a question?
Oh my God. Fine. Back to Lewis.
Lewis has questions.
Questions about Italian. So, while you're in Italian, is Assassin's Creed anywhere close?
Oh my
The
God.
Italian, Assassin's Creed 2, Ezio and all that.
I saw this coming.
If you say,
Can I just play that game and learn basic Italian 1?
I guess, but you won't know any conjugation.
So you learn words, but you don't know how to phrase
You'll
sentences.
probably learn how to say.
Assassino.
Yeah,
Bastardo.
yeah.
Resquia di Pace.
So when you go to Italy and you just say Requiem the Pace, it's why is he saying rest in peace?
All right.
I just met him.
Okay. So was that your main question?
That was my main question.
Okay. So we can move on now.
But so a lot of the format of the podcast.
I was about to say.
You son of a bitch!
He wants to say it.
What do you want, Guy?
Okay.
Hey, Guy. What do you want?
Go ahead.
I just want to say I'm done.
All right.
Give him time.
All right.
Bitch ass.
We moved on.
I can show you how.
No, shut up.
Anyways, hey, choke him out in Italian.
Requiescat.
All right.
So a lot of the format is just we're going to be talking about topics that each of us are going to bring to the table. We are actually we are literally at a table, but we're going to bring topics and discuss them. You know, we're all friends and we all have various life experiences together.
And
we can
as described, the nerdosphere.
yeah, and we are all within the nerdosphere. We are all fucking.
Here's the thing: if you want, keep a counter on Lou because he'll always bring up Batman.
Okay.
Hey,
Most of the time he does.
Hey, what's
But, hey,
your
no one
fixation
blames
on
you.
Batman, you know?
I mean, we can start drinking and
here we go.
into it.
Here we
I'll
go.
throw my comics on the table. We can explain how Batman means more than just a comic.
He's gonna just make it rain with all his comic books.
But-
I'd be down for this in another podcast.
if you actually listen to the first episode, first off, why? Second off, thanks. Third off, okay. Fourth off, I don't know if you guys know, but we've known each other for quite a long time, and we've known each other since high school.
High school.
How
Yeah.
many years? What is it? 8? 8 years?
I can't
About
remember.
8 years.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that is it.
I forgot math.
We've all known
choked
each
the
other for
math out of
about
my
8
brain.
years, and I think we're friends.
I think, we surpassed the whole scientific thing
think-
where they say you fall out or something like
Yeah.
that.
After 7 years.
Yeah, you know, is it after 7?
I think it's like 7 years. They're like,
So
oh,
I
you're
think
done.
I'm still not out of that yet
I'm like,
because
no.
I met them a year
No,
later.
you're in it.
Yeah,
You're
actually,
in it right now.
Terrin is the youngest of us, but not by
right.
much.
By a
Only a
fucking
few
year.
months, but he's.
I'm younger than them by a year. I met them when I was in 9th grade, and they were in 10th grade. So
Yeah,
that's how
we're like,
we.
who the fuck is this kid?
Yeah.
Hey, that is not how it went. It didn't go that rude.
Right here.
No, I met him on the bus like, you reading
yeah.
Bleach?
Oh my god! Yeah. Okay.
That's actually
okay.
how we all.
So, so here's the
Bleach was it?
Okay, so the story of how Terrin, me, and Gio met is that when I was in 9th grade, I first took the bus route back home all the time. But it was the first days.
Yeah,
it was the first days I took the bus back home.
3 days.
And then I guess the bus driver announced like, "Hey, who goes to this stop here?"
yeah.
I guess I didn't hear him. I must have had the earphones on or something.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't answer. And then at some point, I think I took a nap or something. And then I woke up and I'm like, "Where are we?" And so I tapped the shoulder of the guy sitting in front of me, and that happens to be Gio. He had the longest hair, and he was looked so
man.
and he looked so tired of today.
Gio's always tired.
Gio,
Wait,
he always looks tired.
this was me in 10th grade, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that was every day after 5th period. I'd see Louis because we had it together. We'd leave class. My catchphrase was, "Lou, I'm tired."
That was his thing. But yeah, I tapped on the shoulder. I asked him, "Hey, did we stop at this stop yet?" And he's like, "What'd you say?"
I was like, "Oh shit, we missed your stop, dude." Because like you tapped me right when we were getting to my stop. I was like, "Oh shit, you're still here." You need to tell the bus driver.
Oh my god! Yeah, and then social link.
Oh, yeah, we made a social.
She dropped the
was
glass
it.
down. Just
Yeah, exactly. Glass dropping. Gio went home. I had to wait after all the stops went through, and then I didn't get home till like 6:30.
Dude, as I was crossing the street, I was like, "Huh, that bus is usually gone by the time I get to the crosswalk." There's something wrong today.
Oh man. But yeah, that was the story of how I met Gio. But yeah, I'm the youngest one out of the whole group.
yeah, I met Terrin in PE. He was reading Bleach, and I was a big Bleach guy at the time. And I was like, "Oh, that kid's reading Bleach. Let me go creepily watch him read Bleach." And eventually talk to him. So eventually, I went up to him. and was like, "Hey, do you like Bleach?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, dude. It was cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
So that's kind of
familiar.
Yeah, but that's kind of how we subtly met. And then,
Yeah.
but me and you, like Terrin and Lou,
Yeah.
I still can't wrap around exactly how it started.
Well, ours is. I have weird experiences with almost everyone here and how I met you
But
guys.
here's the thing.
That's true.
But he was like,
awkward.
the only okay. I guess
when you were
I
doing
guess,
a selfie.
okay, we'll get to that. But like, I guess for me, all I have to say is for me and Lewis, all I have to say is that I met him through a hug. Mm-hmm. He was a stranger. I asked him if I can hug him, and he said yes, and then we hugged, and then I guess
That was it.
That was it. That was the trigger. And then and then we started seeing each other more often around the whole school all the time since that hug. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, that's the guy that hugged.
Awkward.
Yeah, it was really awkward. But wait. What was
Oh yes,
it?
I was gonna say Brian's story about the bleach thing. It's familiar how me and Brian met.
All right, here we go.
Oh my god!
well,
I think me and Lewis have known each other the longest, and
Yeah.
well, not by much, but by a few weeks, months, maybe.
Just
Yeah.
got everyone on the
Yeah.
table.
Yeah.
And Well, the whole started was I noticed he had like I don't know if it was a comic book
Yeah, it
of
was
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man comic.
or it was like a encyclopedia of Spider-Man,
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm a big Spider-Man fan.
Huge Spider-Man fan.
He's wearing a Spider-Man shirt right now.
Right now.
You know, I was kind of nerdy. That I'm always nerdy, but I was like, oh, someone who knows, you know, like something within the comic book universe. I didn't know much about Spider-Man. I thought I did. Apparently, I didn't because the whole the whole debate with Bryan was.
Do you want me to bring it up? Okay, so we started talking about Spider-Man, and then I noticed one misfact that he mentioned. He was like, yeah, and so Harry Osborn, when he becomes the Hobgoblin, and then something clicked in my head. Something was like, no.
Then he went super nerd on me. He demanded to correct me.
I was like, no, you're wrong, sir.
Objection!
I threw a glove at him. I slapped him. Mm-hmm. No, but basically I was like, no, dude, he doesn't become the Hobgoblin. He becomes the Green Goblin. And that started a debate amongst us. Like, no, he's the Hobgoblin. I was like, no, dude, he's the Green Goblin. In the comics, he becomes the Green Goblin. And he's like, no, but the Hobgoblin in the show. I was like, dude, go back to that show. He still becomes the Green Goblin.
Wait, so apparently, Bryan, you meet people by creeping up on them and then being creeped up on you.
Yeah.
Like it's like fucking Terrin over here sitting down reading Bleach. She's like, do you like Bleach,
And
bro?
just like that, our whole
I don't think
neurosphere
I
was
do.
created.
I'm just reading this manga for fun. And
It's
then-
kind of like it's just
Me and Anthony had a similar thing too.
yeah, it's reaching out. It's
The
like
guy.
Was it the Spawn?
podcast. For podcast viewers, you have to listen to this story. It's pretty fun.
This is funny, okay? Because I had a Spawn comic book, and I would bring it to class almost all the time. And Anthony, he came up to me, and he was like, hey, can I borrow the book? And I didn't know him well. So I was like, I mean, I guess. It's kind of, sure. And he's like, okay, cool. And I guess he ended up losing the comic. And he came to me, and he's like, yeah, I didn't have it. You know, me being a jerk, you know. I was like, okay, well, give me $20. What the fuck?
All right, to be fair, they didn't know each other well. He kind of led to basically a stranger. And I mean, they saw each other every day in third period.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't know him.
Yeah.
Like $20. I think
Like-
I paid like $6.
Yeah, exactly. Some kid you never met just lost your property. So
giving up to buy 3.
To
He
be
was nice
fair,
about it. He gave me the $20. I was like,
And then-
thanks, you jerk.
and that's when their social link started.
That was like, well, at the end of 9th grade.
9th grade.
It took you the whole year to give him those 10.
No, because it was towards the end of the year. And the thing is that like I was reading that book and I know what happened to it. It was in that same class. I was reading it and then probably I put it on the side pocket.
Oh, you mean that thing where everyone puts their books at and shit?
Yeah, that metal side pocket.
Useless metal.
Yeah, that gets things stolen.
That thing where you leave your shit and you don't get
or
stolen.
you just
I
put
was
your
like-
foot on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the person behind you just rests their foot there.
He
and they're
left
like,
it
well, I
there.
can't put shit there.
It got misplaced. We became great friends later.
Yeah,
And I was
so-
like, I'm sorry for
so-
the $20.
Yeah, and that's how we like to phrase the whole thing. Guy basically paid $20 for this
my
friendship.
Yeah. He paid for my friendship.
Yes, it was an entry fee.
Yeah.
So that paid off, right?
It did.
I hope
It
so.
really did.
I mean, we're still here.
Me and Guy just basically we were in the same class. Me and him were like the quietest people there, and we just noticed each other. and We're like, hey,
I think I remember like your reading was it Zactabel?
yes, it was.
Yeah, you were reading Zactabel and then
These
and then
memories are flying in.
yeah, you were like right next to him while he was reading, and then I was like creeping up because I was right behind you.
Yeah.
Like insane.
Motherfuckers just creeping up on each other.
We're all creeps, bro. We're all antisocial creeps.
No,
What drew us
Wait,
together was
wait.
being nerds. But go on.
Wait. And then like I remember I just kept creeping on. He's like, hey, is that Zactabel?
I was like, yeah. You want to read it?
Yeah.
So he was always borrowing people's
Yeah.
comic books.
Hey man, but we're pretty good friends.
Yeah.
that worked out.
Actually, me and Gio had the most normal meetup.
Oh yeah, it was straight up just
We were because I knew his cousin from middle school.
Middle school, yeah.
And we were walking one day, and then she had to like rush off to meet her friend, and then she kind of just left me and him together. I was like, oh, we're in the same class, huh?
it was like, oh shit, yeah, we have fifth period together.
Let's go.
It was like, then we just walked over. Then it was like after that, I just see Bryan everywhere. We'd like talk and shit, and then I didn't actually hang out with you until Bryan. My bad, fucking got to use names. Podcast pointing at Bryan. that I didn't actually hang out with Bryan until like until it was like some day when I didn't like want to hang out where I usually hung out. I walked with my friends and my cousin. Well, my cousin and her friends. I was an antisocial motherfucker. And then I saw like Bryan and Louis hanging out at what became known as the spot, and I'm like, I recognized them. Thank God. So I just went over and hung out with them.
Ooh, the spot.
Talked to them.
The spot. It was an area where at
our high school, yeah.
It was at high school. It was a spot like towards the corner.
Yeah, it was basically towards the upper right-hand corner.
I don't know. It was near the parking lot.
Yeah.
But we just hung out there pretty much every day of high
The
school.
thing is, me and Bryan were like the last survivors of the spot.
Yeah,
that started the
original.
Yeah, so I was a part of the original group
Yeah.
of that spot, and there were just a bunch of metalheads and
metalheads,
rockers
yeah.
and like a bunch of like punks who just were like rebels and just like would
Basically, Bryan replaced his
Yeah.
his old best friend Lewis.
With
Who's
the
metalhead,
yeah.
with the nerd glass.
I was like, no, but he's a great guy. He was a great guy. It's
Yeah,
just
that's
like
just awesome.
we weren't in the same. We were all part of the magnet, and so
wasn't
he was in the normal school.
Wasn't he Chango?
Yeah, he became known as Chango.
Chango.
Yeah. So, but basically, yeah, we didn't see each other often, and then one day I was chilling at the spot, quote unquote, and then I saw Lewis just kind of walking by, and I saw him, and I was just like, hey, you!
Yeah.
We have swim class together. And he's like, yeah? And it looked like, you could tell he wanted to walk away. He was just like, he was giving me that weird look like,
Yeah.
come here. And then I was basically like, hey, come here.
Yeah.
You want to hang out?
Yeah, basically. I had no friend.
Yeah.
And I remember, it's kind of like a Lewis trademark, but I remember the noise you make. I don't know why, but I do, because it's the noise you do all the time. You were like,
It's the one he still does to this day.
and then he just walked up, and then he sat next to me, and it sucks because that first day that he sat there, I don't know what they were like beating each other up in the spot.
yeah.
Something was going on. Yeah, they were nuts, violent kids. Like the girls were like talking shit about each other, or smoking on the side.
That's where you truly bonded.
And then the dudes were just like roughhousing, fighting each other, like literally fighting each other. And then there's just me and Lewis in the corner, just like,
Yeah, it's like, this is the spot.
yeah,
Okay.
Fuck this.
Yes.
And then slowly they started migrating.
Mustard sandwich.
They started slowly migrating out, and then as I started making friends with these guys, they started hanging out there until eventually it became our spot.
pretty much,
And since we were hung out there
for 3 years.
no, we hung out there more than those guys, so it was our spot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
crazy.
a whole bunch of like nerds and rejects just hung out there. And we're all like, "What's good, motherfuckers?"
We're talking video games like Game Boys, DSs, PSPs.
Now, am I wrong about this? But it's like, did Guy and Gio, did you guys meet in band?
Oh no, we met like almost day one.
Really?
Yeah, they won.
Yeah, because we had our first period together. It was called Internet Publishing. It was actually study hall where we went to supposedly do homework. Oh my bad. Learn how to
sound
make
better.
like
Internet Publishing.
that was the official class. Like I got out of a computer class because I got that class. It was in Playtest's room.
Okay.
And
Wow, almost forgot about
we
it.
we straight up was like, okay. She's like, first day, it's like, okay. I know it says Internet Publishing, but as you can see, I have more sinks than I have computers in this classroom. So, guess what ain't happening right now? Not Internet Publishing. Just use this class to do like, I don't know, homework, sleep. It's first period. And so I had class with Guy. I'm gonna come
Hey, we're gonna get it in on this one, okay?
Motherfucker.
Then from on,
Yeah,
we'll
that's
get it.
right. And then
Just some guy.
yeah, and then we actually after that we go straight to second period, and on the first day we both had drama together. Like I sat in one end of the
I thought it
room.
was dance.
That was me and PE. I'm not talking about that.
We'll save it for another episode.
Fuck you. Like we went to drama, and like legitimately the first day is like the teacher was all like, "Please talk about some kind of production you've been in," and then I was like, I just sat there wide eyed looking like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Where the hell's the band room? And then the fucking band teacher walks in and is like, hey! And then the teacher's like, oh, this is the band director. And Miss Lim was like, that's the motherfucker I need to see. And then basically at the end of the class, she was like, okay, everyone's going to transfer out of this classroom. Can you go sit at the stage in front? And we're all like, gonna put us on blast, bitch. Fine. And then I go up there. Anthony's there. Who was that dude with that poofy ass hair that was in our 6th period? I had so many classes with you. Goddamn.
Yeah, I know.
Rodrigo, whatever the fuck his name was. Dude. And then we sat there, and then like I started talking to you.
Yeah.
That was when we actually talked. We had class together. We saw each other. We actually spoke in 2nd period. It's like, so switching out, and it's like, yeah. What class you trying to get into? Band. Oh, me too. Which one? Beginning band.
And then it just developed.
That one, I remember that, like, I think you were playing Pokemon in one of the mornings.
Oh yeah, I was always playing. I always had like a Game Boy on me. I was like, yeah. Dude, in the beginning, I had no friends. I was just like my cousins and my Pokemon are my friends.
Like seriously, like we all had like
we
all really started out.
you know.
Well, the thing is, like,
stuff.
the thing is that, like, it's high school. We just came out of, like,
Middle school.
What was like no man's land, middle school, right?
Yeah.
Middle school.
Whatever bonds you had in middle school are gone by the time you get to high school.
They're shot in the head execution style.
Jesus.
I've just got an image of us. All right.
Right,
High school wasn't great.
No, well, high school wasn't great either, but
Yeah, but, like,
I think
the beginning's like the scariest part because you don't know where you
You
are.
don't know anyone.
You don't know anybody.
But look where high school got us. Now we're doing this.
Oh,
We're doing nothing. It's worse. No. Well, you were in band. Anthony, right?
Well, we also switched
Right,
into
you had
band.
the thing. But me and Anthony actually bonded there in band.
Oh yeah, you took it a second year. Huh?
Yeah, I took it the second year
That was
because
the
I was
worst band class we ever experienced.
look. It was either that or going to like the marching band, and
Yeah.
then that year was like that was an untouchable year.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you about that later if
Yeah.
it comes up.
All right.
later on in the eventual weird year.
Well, a year after we all met in 9th grade, me and Lewis, we had beginning band together, and I remember like I was just sitting in the corner, and then you were just looking at your phone, and it was like, "Hey, does this look cool?" It was like you when you had your straight hair,
Yep.
and you had like the Sasuke hair.
Yep.
You took a selfie of yourself.
You know the really tall.
Oh yeah, just like
Yes, I remember.
You get the angle of the long.
So
post that on a
Lou,
I was the scene guy.
Lou doesn't have straight hair. His hair is curly.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Naturally.
And so he decided to chemically straighten his hair. And so one day, I guess he took a selfie and decided to show Guy here.
Yep. Guy. Sorry, I keep going. Guy.
And,
Some guy.
Hey, we're gonna get okay.
and so what happened? So basically, you showed it to him, and then what?
Yeah, we're like, yeah, it's cool. Hey, didn't I give you $20?
Basically, and I was like, oh yeah.
That's
how it
and then so
worked.
much weirder shit
And
happened
then
that year.
his DS got stolen.
Oh yeah, my DS got stolen that year.
And we knew who it was. And I hate him. And his name's Marlon. And Marlon, if you're listening, you son of a bitch.
Oh, you know who it was?
I knew. We
It
was
was-
just.
I asked him. He's like, nah.
It's
not
right. And I was like, Andy, why don't we just, like...
Fuck that guy.
And he's like,
Wait,
nah. And I was like, okay.
What was
Hey, what about me?
Marlon.
Marlin?
Oh my God.
No Marlins were harmed in the making.
We've
of
been
this
training
podcast.
for years. Now Gio can teach us Gio to take him
Yeah,
back.
Gio can teach us.
Now we can just throw.
We could throw him
And then
farther.
as we're doing this, he's all like, "Is this a weird sex thing?" No.
But yeah, I think that's
fuck this Marlin motherfucker.
Yeah, there's more
Hey, wait,
to the whole
which year
saga.
was it where there was like 2 guys fighting and then one of the football players just kind of...
Oh, that was our 9th grade year in beginning band.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious. Okay, you got 2 of the palest motherfuckers you ever seen in your life. One, pale and pasty. The other one, pale and racist.
racist.
It's just like, he's got a, what the fuck is it? Dirty Sanchez mustache at fucking 14 years old. Ugly motherfucker with slick back hair trying to be some greaser. Then you have some punk dude with these long ass boots, red ass hair, freckles everywhere. Ugly motherfucker. I knew that guy. And these two, like, just one day, apparently white people can't get along if they're not, like, prim and proper. How are you doing, John? Oh, I'm doing fine, Chris. Nah, none of that shit.
Nah, no chill.
No chill. It was straight up, these two dudes were like just talking shit to each other. Like, your mama's this, your daddy's this. Why are you talking about daddy? Why are you talking about mama? Fuck your mama. What'd you say about my aunt? Exactly. They just started getting into it like how like, I think they were talking shit like redneck status type of insults. Like, you fuck your sister. Then it's like, you fuck your brother. Okay. And then they started going at it. And then the teacher comes out, separates them. Me and Anthony just sitting on the one couch that we probably actually shouldn't have been sitting on because that thing had probably been defiled out the ass. Like, we were just sitting there just watching like this.
Sorry, so crude.
We were just sitting there on the couch next to the sleeping football player that I can't remember his name.
He was always called Buddha.
Yes, his nickname on the team in the football was Buddha. His name is now Buddha. We were sitting next to Buddha, a sleeping ass Buddha. He looked majestic as fuck.
He was a giant.
Inner peace.
And then the teacher, his name was Dawkins, or we called him Dawkins. Yeah. I don't actually remember his first fucking
We
name.
didn't respect him enough to say Mr. Dawkins.
No, we just called him Hey Dawkins.
Hey, Dawkins.
And then basically he's all like, wake him up! And then we're all like, shit. Hey, Buddha, wake up! And he's like, and then he straight wakes up like this, Mr. Dawkins, and then he sees what's going on. He rushes over, he picks up the pasty motherfucker and separates the greaser motherfucker with one hand. He's got one pasty white kid in one hand, the other one in the other hand is like, y'all need to stop now. And I'm like,
Okay, so I know his name was Buddha, but how big was this guy?
okay, this motherfucker was an easy like 6'3" foot tall, probably weighed around like 250.
Oh my gosh.
Sweet Christ!
Samoan guy?
No, he was black. That dude was black. He was
Okay.
big.
He'll
He
mess you
was
up.
big and he was he was meaty too.
Earthy.
Yeah, like he was like
He wasn't just meaty. He was earthy. He had the dirt still on his elbows and shit.
yeah, he
Like,
probably
separated
ate
them
like
up.
those chunky.
Oh yeah, those the things we sell at Target. Yeah, those chunky soups. Oh,
Yeah, you know those guys in those commercials? He was just like one of those guys.
he looked like one of those dudes, straight up. Like if he slimmed down more, he'd probably be some walking mass of don't want to fuck with. Because then like Dawkins are like, all right, both of you out the fucking room. Except he sent one out first. He walked him out, and he saw him leave. He sent the other one to the office.
Oh, poor guy.
Because like if you actually like one of them was a straight up just like racist and just like done with you, leave. The other one's all like, you have some hope, maybe, you goddamn ginger motherfucker. And then he sent him to the office. This is terrible.
Why did he send the racist to the office?
Yeah.
Because there's no you can't reform a racist in a
No,
school
but that
office.
guy's gonna get less punished than the other kid.
No, I think when he came, they never the racist kid never came back.
Oh shit.
I don't remember him coming back.
This is a fun little story that we were
Yeah, see, I
into.
didn't get into fights like those.
I didn't see any of this
No, you
stuff
weren't
in
in
high
fights
school.
like those.
No, you weren't in.
Me and Bryan always imagined
You were-
being
see-
in fights.
See, you weren't in like that part of the school.
Because in ninth grade, y'all were like mostly in the magnet. Me and Anthony had like a lot of like big school classes, so we saw the shit.
Yeah, I like Lewis's description. I guess while we're in the magnet, all we imagine is ourselves being in fights.
Yeah,
we never did them.
Me and Lou would always like imagine scenarios where we'd be in fights, and then in my head I'd be like, "That's what would happen if I won." Yeah. And I would just be knocked out.
In actuality, I'm on the floor.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we'd always do that.
What do you have like
That's what's
instant
happening in my
dreams of winning the fight?
They have like daydreams together and be like,
yeah.
yeah, and end up like
That's
that.
what we do.
Yeah.
Like, you
You
know,
know,
like,
beers the
reality
same
just
day. Just
we
over a
always think we
beer.
would have the upper hand somehow. And
I wake
grab
up-
the head and
I wake up, it's like, "What did I win, dude? You were knocked out for like 3 hours."
It's
been 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, see, because we were very nerdy kids, but most we would do was just like I said, play fight or just knock each other around. I remember this one scenario where like me and like a couple of the kids at the spot, we were just throwing each other against that one fence on the side
Oh yeah.
for no reason.
It's like, hey, you want to throw each other against
I
fence?
don't even know what that proved.
Nothing.
Well, we did a lot of things for no reason. Like Bryan ate a grape on the ground
Right.
for no reason.
Oh my god, you're so disgusted
Yes.
by that story.
I'm already a germaphobe.
Yeah, so like I guess Lewis came up to me to talk. We were just
That was 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
I was just chilling on the side, and so next to me was like this weird like drainage kind of area.
Drain, guys.
It's like a
Listen,
drain.
It was a drain.
And for some reason, there was a grape right there on the side.
In the water.
And as
Everything
Lewis
rolled
was
into
talking to me,
grains. Oh
I
my
stopped paying attention for a split second, and I noticed it. And I picked it up, and Lewis was mid-conversation. He stopped for a second, and then I just put it in my mouth and I ate it.
I was like, what just happened? That was the grossest thing I've ever seen. was grossed
Did
out.
reality tear apart?
It did.
And then Lewis, the only thing he said next, he stopped what he was talking and he was just like, "Did you just see that grape?" And I was like, "Yes, I did."
Why? I don't know.
And this question still
No, it's still a question.
asked today.
Why'd you eat the grape?
I think it goes back to the whole thing where if you leave Bryan alone, he just
He
does
does weird
things.
things.
But even then, you were straight up in a fucking conversation. Your ass is like, "Oh, look at that grape."
I wonder what it says about you. Does that mean you were bored? Midway?
I don't know why. I just have these weird tendencies where I just stop
just does stuff.
and I do things.
Oh, hey, Lou.
Yeah, and honestly, looking back, I don't know.
He doesn't know. He honestly doesn't know. I don't think we'll ever will know.
Terrin reality happened. My mind went somewhere. I saw a grape. I ate it. I came back.
All right. I want you guys to talk about your time in swimming.
God,
So,
we didn't bring
All right,
that.
just go
That's what you think about
go
it.
straight to the story. But to keep it, I guess we're going to keep it brief a little bit. But Bryan and Lewis were in swimming class under Coach Jones in ninth grade.
Ninth grade. Our ninth grade year is probably one of the most.
That weird fish.
It was weird.
It was one of the most amazing years for stories, but it was the worst year to live through.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Because-
There's a lot of stories, but we have a specific one you guys are telling, right?
It's not very specific. It's just a series of events happened in our swim class.
All right.
So basically, the year we met is during swim class, which is our fourth period PE, and for some reason, we had a bunch of misadventures within that class. So we met our other friend Carlos, who will probably eventually be on this podcast.
Yeah.
We met him there. For some reason, once again, like most situations, we were the nerds of the class.
Of the swimming pool.
And a lot of these
It
kids...
didn't help I had a huge afro.
Yeah, I'm getting to that, actually. We stick out a lot because a lot of these guys, you can tell they were like guys, jocks. They would play around, push each other around. A lot of them were like, straight up street kids who would just be like, fuck you, Holmes, those kinds of guys.
They're punks, man. They were punks. Just dog paddling.
No, and there were athletic guys too on top of that. So then there's me and Lou on the side. I never took my shirt off, and Lou, he had this gigantic. And at the time, it wasn't too big. Honestly, I've seen your old pictures.
Yeah,
It's
it's bigger.
way bigger. But it was this pretty hefty afro that he rocked.
But it doesn't give him any muscle.
Okay, well, no.
You're a skinny guy.
It was just afro.
So
Just afro. A skinny guy.
it wasn't
Help me float.
so
It helped me
it
float.
wasn't even recent, but I guess a couple years ago, a movie with Eddie Murphy came out called Norbit. It had come out, and for some reason, I guess the guys seeing Lewis with his afro got reminded of Eddie Murphy's character Norbit. And so Lewis's nickname for that class for the entire year was Norbit.
Yeah.
And he was they never found out his name. Maybe at the end they asked him. Did they ever ask
No, they
him?
never
No. So
You're just Norbit. It's like, later, Norbit. You're done. You're safe now.
seriously,
It became like a weird kind of respect thing, too.
yeah. Hey, Norbit's cool now.
No, it's cool now. That's how it was. And I was like, okay. I'll let it go.
No, that kid.
Yeah.
Norbit.
He's cool.
And then they didn't bother learning my name, so there was just Norbit and his friend.
So he was given a name from a probably terrible movie. I never fucking saw Norbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a dumb movie. And then I just became known as Norbit's friend. And we had a lot of weird experiences, like the time Carlos almost drowned me, and Lewis was defenseless to stop it. So there was this kind of tradition where Carlos, he's a really big guy, but he's a fast swimmer.
Fast swimmer, man. The fastest swimmer I've ever seen in my
He's
life.
the biggest guy
He's
we
a
know.
goddamn dolphin in the water.
But he's majestic in the water.
He's so majestic, man.
Like seriously, he was so fast. So he would swim against behind people and would pick them up and dunk them.
Yeah.
Straight up dunk
Going
them.
behind Bryan, grabbed him. It was just like this fierce giant bursting out of the water, grabbing Bryan. I'm like, what the heck is happening? And he just starts dunking him over. And I can tell Bryan's losing some air.
Like the entire time, it was just
And I'm like, there's nothing I can do. I watched in horror.
and I seriously almost I felt myself drowning. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to die.
Yeah. And then finally, that's what Carlos knew though. He let him go at the brink. And it just, that was it. We're like, what just happened?
So he just all right, you're done. You just float. You see the dead man float.
Yeah.
No, just
You're just coughing up your lungs.
Gone just as fast as he came, man. I was like, dang.
It was a drive. It was a swim by dunking. Like,
Yeah,
it was,
swim by dunking. And it's okay, he had that, and then I had the whole swim team. Literally. Everyone in that swim class.
Literally all the guys, they like band together.
Yep.
They swam to Lewis. They all picked them up. And they all, I guess, we had a water polo net and set up, so that thing's kind of like maybe like 5 feet like in the air from the swimming pool.
God.
Yep.
They all decided, let's push Norbit over the net.
And it's like, well, I don't think this is a good idea.
This is like, shut the hell up, Norbert.
So I couldn't stop them because there were so many.
God.
It looked like a ritual.
Yeah.
Like they all were like, ooh,
Where was the teacher, by the way? Where the frick was Mr. Jones?
It was free swim day, so like nothing.
He was like in the back,
masturbating.
to the radio.
He didn't care.
He was in the back listening to a radio masturbating to
Free
his
fun
phone.
Fridays.
Yeah, free swim.
Yeah, free swim Fridays, something
Yeah,
like that.
so
weird
all you see is just
fish-looking
like all these guys, like I said, like ritual, like they're about to sacrifice it to the gods.
It was
And
great.
all of a sudden, they all went 1,
Yep.
2, 3, and they lifted him in the air. And all you see is Lewis just in the air, like almost like Free Willy style over the net. Just,
Yeah. You know, it's like when slow motion happens.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Oh.
You know that moment of
Oh
slow
yeah,
motion?
when all of a sudden time just slows down,
Yeah.
you kind of just in it like, I wonder when everything's gonna pick back up.
If
Oh,
I
right
was
now.
pondered life in that moment, I wouldn't have. I could have imagined that happening.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
in-
it happened.
The meaning of life was revealed in
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
moment.
That
What were you
moment.
thinking while they picked you
I
up?
was thinking, I can't believe they all gathered together.
Either they apparently you were their favorite and they really fucking liked you, or they just love to punk on you.
Norbit was the cool kid now.
Punk. And then I just went,
Hey,
fell in the
Norbert's
water.
cool. Let's throw him.
That was it.
That's basically how it went. That's it. Hey, Norbert's there. Let's go pick him up.
Yeah.
Let's pick him up. He's a pretty cool
Fall
guy.
into
Let's
these-
throw him over the net.
Yeah.
That's probably, was that the worst one?
Yeah, I think. Well, I think also, I guess I caused everyone to do laps one day.
Okay, yeah, I was about to get to that. Like, there's this time where I actually was sick that day, so I didn't experience this. But I guess Lewis didn't swim well that day or something.
No, okay. It was the day where we were allowed to wear flippers.
Oh, okay.
You know, we had flippers, and he's like, "Don't walk with the flippers on the ground."
Yeah.
But it's like I had to get him on the ground in order to get
Already
into the
water.
So I guess the point was to go in the water with the
And then
legs.
put 'em on. And
Yeah,
then put 'em on.
but I just put him on
And then
I
walked.
flapped like 3 flaps and I went into the water and he's like, "That's it, done, all laps." And I was like, "What?" So the next, the next day,
next
man,
day,
laps for days.
Next day, I show up, and the entire class, like, the pool is not set up for like anything.
fun activity.
For nothing. It was just one giant pool, and then everyone was in the water, and I was like, "Hey, what are we doing today, guys?" It's like, "We're doing laps. We're doing the
Laps
entire
for an
period.
hour.
For about an hour, just and then I was swimming there, still kind of sick, just like, "What? Why?" And then I
we're
turned to
all
Lewis,
drowning.
and then I was like, "What happened?" I was like, "I did this."
I caused all of this.
This was my fault.
I'm Norbit.
Lou?
Because of those 3 flaps. You know?
You're done.
Yeah, it's like, what the...
Or there's a couple other times, like when Lewis when he actually straightened his hair, he just wouldn't get in the water.
Yeah.
He was so worried about his hair that he just
Jeez.
didn't want
Your
to.
afro?
His social
No, when he had the straight
acceptance
hair.
is
Oh,
big.
straight hair.
Yeah, straight hair.
Oh yeah, the
just
whole
couldn't,
like I want to be accepted by everybody.
Well, no, it was just a scene. I was emo. I was like
Oh, yeah,
listening
you
to
were-
Silverstein. If anyone
You
knows.
like Sasuke
I
for
love
his
Sasuke
attitude.
from Naruto. And it was,
Oh
you
god,
know,
yeah, everything.
It was a
that
different time.
everything was like emo scene.
Yeah, so he wouldn't
remember
get in
that.
the water, and he would
Yeah.
actually like he'd get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
And or like the time, God, I'm trying to remember. Or those times when me and Carlos and you were just, oh God, this is embarrassing. When we were pretending to do Naruto.
Why are you gonna be What? It's too late now. Mention it. Now say it clearly. What exactly did you do?
So during free swim, all the guys would be playing water polo or like swimming around, or like the girls would be talking to each other or like talking to the dudes, and me, Carlos, and Lou were playing Naruto in the water, or like Dragon Ball Z. I never heard of this. Where we would like do the hand signs.
Oh, you
and then just push water.
And just
Water.
push
Yeah,
water.
Hey, when we got
Oh my god.
Oh my god! And I
guys.
first met you, and you knew all Sasuke's
I still know
like
the
fireball.
fireball.
Lewis just did the fireball jutsu.
I did. I still know it. I'll never forget it. You know, it's something.
And the
And what about the
like,
water dragon jutsu?
I know,
like
that
the
was a lot.
precision of it was amazing. He
Yeah.
just like fluid just now. He just did it with like no hesitation.
He talked into it at the same time, and it was just
talk and
perfect.
do it like it's just.
But
It's
that's
natural.
That's like one of the most embarrassing ones.
It was.
Hey, well,
We were-
what about-
gosh.
What about when Carlos like shut down the pool?
Oh no, Carlos got mad one day and he broke he punched. I guess this was I think 10th grade year because this is the year me and him had some. Me and
this
Terrin
is the
had
year
swim class.
I met Bryan.
Yeah.
Brian was still in swim class. Lewis wasn't. I guess.
Yeah, no, we had
he
different
wanted to
periods,
get out,
yeah.
or different periods.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
No, he started off at swim class and
but
then,
then he transferred out, didn't he?
No, then the pool
the
broke.
pool, yeah, the pool broke.
So because of this actually.
Yeah. Okay. So
Our friend Carlos, he I guess for one of the last few times he was in the pool, got really mad. I don't know at what, but he got mad at something. He went to the bottom of the pool, punched it. I don't know if he bled. I don't know
Right?
anything. It must have hurt. It must have hurt.
you just have to imagine a giant punching
He
the
told
bottom
me
of concrete.
he just told me he swam down to the bottom of the pool and just started punching the ground of the pool, and then he got out of the pool, and then
And so what happened
Yeah,
was
that's all he said.
What happened is that it cracked. It chipped the fiberglass at the bottom of the pool. And for some reason, I don't know how, it caused some kind of chemical mixed up with the chlorine and the... I don't know. And it caused the entire pool to shut down for a year.
oh yeah,
An entire year.
swim class became basketball.
Yeah, dude. Our swim class was basketball.
Yeah, me and Bryan were from all of us.
Me and
So pretty
Dom.
much
Me and Dom had
anyone who had
Oh, yeah,
swim
you
class
had-
that
yeah,
year
you had-
all transferred to basketball.
Yeah.
And it was the laziest basketball
Yeah,
class of
it was.
all time. All he told me to do.
Yeah.
teach basketball.
Yeah.
No, he didn't teach it. He didn't teach it.
No,
He was just
he
like,
didn't
here's
teach
the
it.
balls, play.
Oh.
Here's the
Yeah.
balls, play. No, first he's like, just run a lap. Because that's how it begins all the time. Just run like 2 laps, and then here are the balls, just play. That's it. That's all you
And
did
then-
every
and then
day.
he'd get mad if you didn't play, so we just
Yeah,
pretend
if
to
you
play.
if he just saw you just sitting or just standing, you get in trouble. But honestly, a lot of people got away.
And Terrin, you can't get away with that nerd shit either, because I remember me and you during basketball.
No.
We,
No, you motherfucker.
Let's bring it
No,
on.
no,
So me, Terrin, and one other guy, I don't remember his name, but we would Kamehameha the basketballs
Where's his words?
into the net.
You did water ninjutsu, then you knew the hands. I was not committed to it. I was not
I
committed.
don't give a fuck how committed or uncommitted
Okay,
you are.
now to be fair, he wasn't too committed to it.
Alright,
he
fine, but go on.
he would throw the ball at people like that. Me and the other guy, but he would say it.
Yeah, because it's like that. I'm just gonna call him Dude again. That's just gonna be the name.
That's our
because
motherfucker's
because
name.
Dude, I guess he was just a really friendly guy.
Yeah.
he really was friendly.
Yeah.
but I guess the only way he liked to communicate with me was through something we can both get in common, which obviously I was another nerd just like him. So he brought up Dragon Ball Z, and then I don't know,
And then it just became
it just became a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he just started showing like, hey, watch this, like Kamehameha.
And
Like
throw
he
the
started
ball
doing
at us.
jokes.
Yeah.
and, it's
so
like,
that just sort of became the thing of how we
and
played.
I guess I was nice at the time.
You know, Brian.
So
we
I
actually have words with Carlos.
No, I know. And then it gets
no.
worse. And then it gets worse. And then it gets worse.
Carlos
Fine, let's get on
and
Daniel. Carlos, Daniel, me, and Lou. This is the worst one, and this is the apex, the peak of dumb, nerdy, physical things that we would do. And this is the worst. Basically, instead of hanging out with our friends, or playing video games, or talking to girls, or anything there at the
Talking to
spot.
girls.
I mean,
Never happened.
cool guys at the time.
Yeah, I-
As an example, we
That's what
would
cool guys do.
go. Yes, that's exactly what cool. We would go into this grassy area next to the spot, and I guess once again
What do you do?
train quote unquote
this shit.
to be
Oh my god, I remember.
in Naruto.
I remember this. It's Naruto all over again.
Why is it always Naruto?
But now it's with 4 people.
Now it's with 4 people, and Daniel would quote unquote train us
Didn't you
into
guys just get
fighting.
beat up?
Yeah, we would just get beat up by Carlos and Daniel. We would just get thrown around.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Because they use their size.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember.
They
It's
were
like,
giants.
oh yeah, we're gonna go train. I'm like,
And,
what?
And I hated how committed we were to it.
They said it like that all the time. Hey, we're gonna go train after school. You guys down?
Why were we so retarded?
I don't know.
Says like the two guys with like no muscles.
Hey man, we were kind of we weren't.
No, we were
that
nerds.
strong.
We were nerds.
Yeah, we were nerds.
Dude.
Yeah, it's like, but we weren't like the pickable nerds though. The ones you would like, people would bully.
I don't know, man. I got bullied all the time.
I don't know. We weren't that kind of nerds.
No.
I stopped getting bullied in high school because
It was different.
I always
We were
looked like I was ready to stab someone.
Because
Me too.
initially we didn't.
Me too.
look
Both,
like-
yeah.
No, it's like we all
the
of us
thing.
we embraced sort of like a different look.
Yeah, it's like
We were
normal,
nerds,
but we were like.
like we were nerds straight up,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all of us. We were nerds, but we didn't dress like nerds. We dressed like people,
Like punks.
We
And
dressed
give
like
them a
we're just
reason
like
to be like
very intimidating individuals. Like
Yeah.
and guy. Fucking this long, majestic ass,
my God.
fucking hair,
That's
and this
right.
big ass trench coat. I'm like,
That's probably like one of the best.
people are
comic
probably
spots
afraid of
right
what's
now.
in that
And then
trench coat.
Gio-
I know what's in that trench coat.
Gio eventually had like this long ass mane of hair, this lion's mane.
I had my lion's mane.
Yeah, Terrin
I
had
used
long,
that
like
one.
long
I can show you
hair.
a picture of it.
I started straightening my hair
yeah. We
and
all-
wore beanies and like
me and
fucking
Bryan
wristbands
were,
and
like,
shit.
Oh yeah, we
Emo.
were just dressing up and all the shit to make us look,
Dude.
not like targets. That's
Actually,
what
Yeah.
before
All of
Terrin,
us
we
wore-
had Janice, man.
Oh man, I miss him.
Oh, Janice, the seventh member of Pirate Talk.
the invisible ghost seventh
Yeah,
member.
that's
that
our
won't
that's our
ever
seventh
show
member,
up.
the invisible ghost Janice,
Nah, invincible.
and the invincible,
The invincible, invisible
We might
ghost.
as well
Janice.
play into it.
Yeah, but
God.
yeah, we were all just like I sorted out Malcolm. The other guy who was on episode 3, he actually mentioned that to me like once. He was like, "Dude, you know I was intimidated by you when I first met you," and I was like, "What? Why?" He's like, "Dude, you look like this tough like goth emo kid, and I just didn't want to talk to you." And I was like, "But dude, if you had talked to me, I'd just been like, hey, it's a Naruto."
Dude, I think most of us were like that too. Like I used to have my lion's mane. It used to be so long, but I always sit kind of hunched, like in class, like Morrison's. Like everyone would notice me in that class all the time. They're like, and then when they finally talked to me, or I talked to them, it's like, "Oh man, dude, you're such a nice dude." But seriously, before I met you, man, you scared the shit out of me. I'm like, what? How? I didn't do anything. I'm like, that might be it. The thing is, your long hair is overcrowding your face, and you look like that one kid that if I tick off, this whole school's gonna go downhill.
Yeah, so like all of us, we all had a phase of long hair.
Pretty much. We've all had
Yeah,
long hair.
I remember this episode of The Simpsons where like it was that episode where they had Michael Jackson on.
I've never seen that one.
Oh man! Oh, there was this fat guy that pretended to be Michael Jackson, and then like he was in what was it? He was in one of those like crazy houses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was in the loony bin.
yeah. He was in a loony bin, and then like, and it was supposed to like allude to what was it? One who flew over.
Yeah, the one flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Yeah, and like. You remember how like the main guy was just like this big native guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
It was like, okay,
see it? Oh.
here's that guy. He never says a word. And then like Homer just says hey, and he says hi back, and then all these scientists come and then just start writing out.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like, it's a breakthrough. I was like, nobody ever said hi.
Was that us?
Yeah,
That was basically us. Like, I didn't say hi to you until like we were put in a position where like we were just
Our
like there.
mutual friend was gone, so
Yeah,
now
so
we're
like,
just like,
sup?
hey.
Hey.
I mean, that's kind of one of the reasons I hugged Lewis. He just looked like some emo kid. And I'm like, well, we both got long hair.
Yeah.
Like,
I met-
yeah, the
I
guy
met-
could probably use a hug.
I met Lewis in 6th period because you had Bader for 6th period for like a day,
yeah.
and then she switched over to her first period.
I think
class.
it was
Oh,
like
yeah, our
advanced
English class. Some more bullshit.
No, it
advanced
was
nothing.
what's it called? AP English.
AP
We were in
English.
the AP English class.
Oh my god!
And I
Is
don't
that-
think I was supposed to be there.
She switched. I remember seeing you as the really skinny, like light skinned dude.
Yeah.
That's got an afro, and I'm like, he's new.
Yeah.
I had never seen none of him before.
Look at that afro. You can't forget it.
Straight up, like, you were the first person. You were the first person I ever seen live with an actual afro. In middle school, all I saw were these
That's a lot of
thug-looking black dudes with their shorts hanging off their like thighs. They didn't even bring them up to their butts. They were just like hanging off their thighs, like where you can dangle
where
them
their
up to the
butt was.
floor.
You didn't know.
Like
Gia,
I
what's the
saw,
reason?
I saw plenty of their underwear which is just boxers, plaid ass boxers. All of them with the
and then
same
the
red
random
ones.
shorts that were
Yeah, the random shorts underneath
They
it.
used to be really popular back in the day.
Really, what happened?
Okay.
We'll talk Norbit.
I don't know. You know,
What
it's
happened?
changed. It changed.
It changed.
Changed.
You got a girlfriend now.
because the nerdism.
How things change.
Well, you know.
Because of the nerdism, bro.
Their nerdism.
My
yeah.
fucking nerdosphere just encompasses all, bro.
It encompasses
yeah.
all and everything, and then just that's how we met most of our friends.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, this is our life. This is what this podcast is.
Like-
It's a nerdosphere created by all of us.
It's not a hard knock life.
No,
For no one.
it's actually pretty easy. It's filled with a lot of like hope,
We got stories.
dreams,
We definitely got stories.
regret.
Nah, not too much regret on my side.
Ah, come on. If you're only negative about it.
No, I'm not
We
negative about
we
it.
had our dreams.
It was
of going to the
amazing
beach.
time. What's up?
We had our dreams of
Oh
going
my-
to the beach.
Yeah.
Dude, no. You know what?
The top down.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what? Probably because it's actually it actually fits into this. But like, I remember you two, and your biggest dream was making a comic book shop.
Oh my
yeah.
Some
god!
comic book shop.
From Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Kick-Ass, yeah.
We're
Oh,
just
the
owning
coffee and
The
the
copy
comic
and the
books?
comic book.
And then Lewis came to
Legit.
me with that idea, and I was like, yeah, that
can't
wouldn't
work.
work. That won't work.
That's
I just
dumb.
remember that.
That's dumb.
That's dumb, bro.
You know, we just didn't have, yeah.
People would spill
Like, you need
coffee
people
on the
to-
comic
like,
book.
No, it's just
Should've,
more
like-
like comic book shops don't work,
they
and then
never
you're
work.
competing with Starbucks.
Starbucks, yeah.
So
Wait, so
like, we would
It's
be
really
double dead.
It's a, yeah.
how does that work? Do they buy the comic books or do they like rent them out like a fucking library? And
No,
drink
it's like
coffee?
you
What
buy
was your
it's-
idea?
You buy the comic books and the coffee.
And the comic.
Oh, okay, so you buy
That's
both
it?
and you go around drinking
Dude,
your...
Sparks Noble does it.
Oh, that shit. Okay.
Basically,
It's
they
like
Yeah,
like,
they do it too.
Like they actually have like a lot of books. We would just have comics.
Yeah,
which is a
It-
dying
it just-
industry.
Yeah, which is already a dying industry, and then
Fucking
you're like I
$3
said,
a comic.
you're competing with every single coffee shop in
Yeah.
the country.
Just make your shit not taste like acid.
Man, we are all.
and then I got into the logistics of it. It's like where would we would have to provide food, and we
Yeah.
would have to provide like
The
all the coffee
negativity.
beans, and we have to like I would just tear it down, and then Lewis was just like,
I had dreams.
Oh my. Hey,
Brian,
Brian.
why?
We all had dreams before. You ever heard of dreams?
You heard it.
It makes you happy.
I had a dream once, and then I was quickly remedied with that dream because it was scientifically impossible. You can't sit on a cloud.
Oh,
Okay.
That's Gio's dream.
That was
Gio
me, like,
loves to
that was,
sleep
that was
on
me,
the
like,
guys,
9 years old.
one of my dreams, and I'm being serious here, was to actually have a podcast, and
Yeah.
we're doing it. This is it.
Yay.
This is our lives.
Yeah, that's cool.
But hey, yeah, we can get back on that topic now. So that was pretty much high school. There's still way more stories to tell.
Yeah, just a lot of weird, and we're probably going to go into it. We are probably going to go into a lot of it.
Again and again and again.
And again and again and
We
again, because
get
it was
there.
a memorable time. It was the best of times. It was
Yeah.
the worst of times.
And we're also not
I
that old.
remember like we would go to Denny's and stuff and
Yeah.
talk about these times.
Oh, yeah.
And like the waiter would be like,
you mean
"What do you
the
guys?"
timeline?
Yeah, the timeline. We would talk, yeah. And the waiters,
We'll get to that eventually.
We will. That's
One of these podcasts.
That's another time.
But yeah, we'll still be telling news and stuff of what's happening. I guess just for this podcast, we just wanted you to get to know us.
Yeah,
a little
because
more.
I mean,
you might
yeah.
as well know who's talking.
Yeah, I mean, we're I'd say we're pretty interesting. I mean, we're probably not, but I'd say we all have a lot to bring to the table. Gio is
Gio.
he's the loud one.
Oh yeah, I'm
He's the loud cussing one.
I curse a lot.
Please
most,
excuse him for that.
most of the cussing you hear in the podcast will come out of my vulgar ass mouth.
But he really is good to heart.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what I bring to the table. I think I'm the.
You bring nerdy stuff.
You
I
bring
bring
You're a
the
nerd,
nerdy
man.
news.
and he's the navigation king.
Navigation key.
If he's, you never get lost.
Once again, that's
Right, never
another
gets lost.
story.
Yeah.
If you have Brian as your navigator, you will never be lost.
And Anthony
ever.
is the quiet, stoic one where he'll bring the zingers. He
Yeah.
has the zing.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah,
up in
that's
there.
the
It
thing.
tastes delicious.
He's charismatic as fuck. We call it
Ever
sweat.
had a zinger? Those things are amazing.
Kinda.
Yeah. But yeah, and then Lewis.
He's the funny one.
He's the fun man. What's he bringing up? Batman.
Yeah.
What's Batman doing
Batman
today?
one.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'll just bring up news about video games or whatever comes to
Terren's
mind.
the hardcore one, I think. He's the big gamer. He's the big one.
The biggins.
The big
Guys
one.
on the same level.
Yeah,
in a
no,
way.
you two are, but
Yeah.
like Terren, I can rely on Terren for gaming news and a lot of that stuff too.
Movies, if I keep up to it.
Yeah, and me and Lewis are the movie buffs.
Oh, that's so true, man.
Anthony and Terren and Gio too. They're the big gamers.
Yeah, gamers. So we got a little balance here, and
Yeah.
then we're all kind of just movies.
Yeah,
That's
we're
the
all
thing.
we're all
Yeah,
into
we're all
movies.
movies.
No, don't talk to me about movies. I won't
Okay,
know
you
the
don't know
names.
you don't know
Single
actors' names, but you know the movies.
Oh yeah, I'll be able to talk about
Me,
movies.
Gio, Terren, and I think Anthony to some extent. We all watch anime. We're all big into anime.
And manga.
Like anime expos are a big thing. Me and Gio will probably get into anime and manga eventually. and hear our epic debates about it.
Oh God, you're gonna hear
Ask yourself, the best.
no, well, no wife awards, please. No
Wife award will happen. It'll be glorious. It'll just be an episode of wife awards.
Now it's already just getting nerdy around
It says
here.
no
Nerdy.
waifus. I refuse.
Look, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Too much about all these waifus, not
I have a
wife things.
girlfriend, so I don't need a waifu.
I don't got time for a girlfriend. I was
2D is the best.
2D is the king.
2D is the bestie.
Right.
2D is bestie.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, we're gonna try to get this podcast going and get natural to this.
Yeah, so if you are listening, if you are listening and you're not one of the five of us, thank you for listening.
Talking to me, guys.
That's right. You, the person listening, that isn't one of the 5 people at this table. We love you.
Lewis, listening a
thanks,
few
man.
hours later.
Oh, that's
But thank you for listening.
Hey, wait. I gotta tell myself something from the future.
All right, go ahead.
Go get some milk before you go home.
No, straight up do it. You're probably not having milk.
If you're gonna listen to yourself,
you probably won't.
you probably
won't.
You're gonna go home and you're gonna just like get some. Fuck.
The future is riding on milk.
You're landing on milk.
Future is riding on milk.
We're gonna talk about what happens about that milk next time.
Next time,
We're gonna
next
bring it
time
up.
on Pirate Talk, what happened to that milk? But once again, thank you for listening. This has been Pirate Talk, episode 4. The future's riding on that milk. I don't know. What's the title?
That could be.
You know what?
Wasn't it Nerdosphere?
No, but it could be
High school
Nerdosphere.
memories,
The sadness of high school and Brian's dunking adventures.
Fuck it, it's just Nerdosphere.
or just nerds.
Welcome to the Nerdosphere, guys. This has been Pirate Talk, episode 4. And thank you for listening. Hope you listen to some more. And Brian signing off.
Gio signing off.
Everybody else signing off.
Lou signing
Yeah,
off.
Terrin signing out.
Okay.
And thank you for listening.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, whatever.